Hey everybody, this is Adam again. By request, I'm doing a short video on how to stay healthy in college. This is going to be involving good habits to form, and also it's going to give some tips for certain foods you should probably select. And if you think about it, a lot of colleges really have some awesome food. There's no doubt about that. But the main issue, I believe, is that most of the awesome food they have is not the healthiest stuff for you, and probably not portion controlled to say the least. I'm going to talk about a couple things in this video, but the overall message I'm going to be pushing on you is use common sense and self-control. Don't eat deep fried stuff 24/7 or desserts with every meal. Like, I know it sounds delicious, and it actually is delicious, but sadly with the world we live in, most delicious food in excess, actually if you think about it, anything in excess is going to end up being bad for you. Oh, excuse me. So, with that being said, let's dive right in. The first way to stay healthy in college is to get on a nice routine that involves spacing out your meals, eating 6 times a day, depending on your activity level, and of course, partaking in exercise as often as you can, whether it's the gym, running, sports, clubs, whatever it is that you like. Now, my first video involving the basics to weight loss, I didn't really get into the specifics, but luckily right now I'm about to. The reason we space out our meals is to give our bodies a chance to absorb the nutrients we just took in. If you think about it, the meals, if we eat them really close together, a couple things will actually happen. We don't give our bodies enough time to digest, and at that point, different nutrients will lose what's called their bioavailability, or for short, the ability to be absorbed, and begin to compete with each other in order to get into our bodies. Now, this isn't a good thing, and we really want this to happen. We don't want this to happen. So moving on to the next point, eating about 6 times a day, that's just the average I tell my clients to start out with. Now, obviously, they're going to adjust accordingly if they feel as though they're starving throughout the day and losing weight rapidly, or the opposite, if they feel too full throughout the day and they're gaining weight too rapidly. The point being for this number is actually to get you to completely forget about the idea of having 3 huge meals a day to satisfy your hunger needs. And instead, actually think about feeding your body more often throughout the day in just smaller amounts. Excuse me again. Got some gas. Now, this is really going to piss people off, and I'm sorry about this, but my opinions consist of about 80% by the book science, and then 20% of trial and error stuff that I've learned. But increasing meal frequency, according to the NCBI and the NIH, does not promote weight loss. Now, I use these two references because they are the best ones I use for health. Mostly because the NIH is a government-run site, and they literally call it the National Institute of Health. Now, I'm going to post a link in my description below, and basically they did a nice case control study involving the measurements of a couple GI hormones and peptides. And I'm not going to go too far into it because you can read it yourself. But the reason why I increase the frequency of my meals for myself and my clients isn't for increasing metabolism. It's solely to increase the uptake of absorption and to fight that feeling of fullness to where you feel like doing absolutely nothing but sleeping, which I know every single one of you, including myself, has overeaten to that point and felt that way. Now, that actually leads into my third point, which is exercise. Now, call it what you want, I really don't care, but I define exercise as anything that involves physical activity. I think my personal training certification recommends an average of 30 minutes of moderate activity a day. But I'm going to take that and just expand very heavily on it and just say do the best to stay active and don't be a couch potato. Simple as that. I mean, really, if you think about it, there are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ways to get exercise in. From simply walking to class, running your favorite part of campus, joining, again, clubs like I mentioned earlier, whatever teams you want to do, to even hitting the gym or biking to class, or if you think about it, any mode of transportation that doesn't involve an engine doing the work for you will help you exercise. If you're looking to start a full-on workout regime, please start off reasonable and don't destroy yourself. Though I personally don't believe in the concept of overtraining, I heavily believe in the concept of hurting yourself because you don't know what you're doing. And if that's the case, just start simple. Just start simple, and until you feel more comfortable with your workouts and the movements you're doing, you can increase the sets, reps. You can actually add compound movements or even power lifts if you're feeling adventurous. And in later videos, I'll explain different exercise routines for the novice lifter to get in started. But the main point is just keep it simple. And switching gears, coming into what to eat in college, I know I kind of steered away from that. There are a couple ways to approach this. If your college allows you access to nutritional info on all the food it prepares in the cafeteria, make sure you get a copy of this and study it so you know exactly what's being put into your body. When choosing your meals, as soon as you get your plate, I cannot stress this enough, it will help you out so much. Go straight to the salad bar or fruit bar or whatever health bar is in that college. I know there is one, there has to be. And fill at least a third of your plate with fruits and vegetables. This will do two things. One, you're going to get your awesome amounts of micronutrients from the veggies and fruit, along with an excellent amount of fiber. And two, and this is the serious one, and if you're serious about staying healthy, it should prevent you from filling your plate with unnecessary food that in excess would be terrible for your health, and it's a great way also to assist in portion control. Now, when it comes to outside of the cafeteria, say in your dorm or your apartment or your tent, I don't know where you live, personally don't care, it's best again to use common sense and opt to pick the healthier snack to keep in your living quarters. Let's be real. The food is there. It's going to be tempting you to eat it when you're bored or when you're stressed with homework. That food is going to be the first thing to comfort you. Well, if it's going to be the first thing to be there for us, why not make it healthy? I'm not saying you have to snack on kale or green things all day long, but instead of grabbing the chips that are high in fat and sodium, pick up the apples and peanut butter, or mixed nuts, or Greek yogurt, or whatever you feel like that is good for you. And bonus, if you don't know if it's good for you, or if you're unsure of something, look at the back of the nutritional label. If it has over 15 grams of sugar per serving, and you know it's something you'll eat like it's your last meal, think twice before you buy it. So that's my rant. All in all, I know it's difficult, but it's certainly possible if you put forth the effort to do so. That's exactly kind of what healthy being calls for nowadays. You need to put forth the effort. You're not born with being perfect and staying perfect for the rest of your life. You have to work for it. And sometimes, if you think about it, that's the kind of push people need. They need to be told they have to work for it. If you want something, go ahead and get it yourself. No one's going to make you healthy but you. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching again. Please subscribe for more videos that are soon to come. If you want anything specific covered, please let me know in a comment or message. I'd be more than happy to address it personally. And yeah, guys, well, thank you again for watching, and see you later.